All right, so I'm going to turn it over. It is 12 noon. I'm going to turn it over to my boss, Mario and Don, chair of the Chamber 2020 and 2021.
Great. Thank you, Amy, and welcome everybody. So you know what? The staff brought out the gavel. If we were doing this live and in person, I have to do the knock. You know, we're calling to order the 123rd annual meeting of the Redwood City, well, formerly Redwood City, now Chamber San Mateo County. And also it's our recognition and awards. Typically would have been a luncheon. If you recall, those of you that joined us, we were together at the Medicos at the end of January 2020. And what a year it has been. You have all experienced the situation in so many different ways, as we all have. To say that it's been a roller coaster is probably an understatement. But one of the things that I did want to talk about and just quickly highlight is how incredible this organization has been in terms of moving forward in the face of all that has transpired in achieving what our chamber is set to do, to be a convener, to pull the community together, to be a voice of business, to be a voice for the nonprofit community, to be a voice for education, and so many others. And we have, I think, excelled exceedingly well. And I know it's a word that has been just used and overused, pivot. We pivoted very quickly, but unlike Ross and Friends, those of you who are Friends fans, that has been one of my mainstays this past year is watching Friends on PBS. If you recall, Ross and his pivot moment of trying to get that couch up the stairs and failing, the chamber has not. On the contrary, like complete opposite from that in terms of being able to pivot accordingly and moving forward in such a strong fashion. And so, you know, these virtual gatherings where the committee meetings just switched over to the virtual gatherings, membership and attendance has just gone up dramatically. The participation has been fantastic. The engagement has continued. The different programs that the chamber started to support our small businesses and to make sure that the resources and the information was flowing to all the organizations. That has just been so crucial and has been sustaining. The continued work, as I mentioned, on the vital convening and advocacy that this organization serves. That has just been moving forward so strongly. Certainly the merger with the San Carlos Chamber of Commerce, you know, like dealing with all these issues wasn't enough. We were able to combine the two organizations into a stronger organization for both communities. The virtual progress seminar, if you had a chance to participate and attend, you recall we had some amazing speakers. And again, the participation was just fabulous. And there's many other things that I'm leaving out. I would encourage you to check out the annual report that's going to be posted onto our website, which captures all these details and many more that I have left out. But truly, I couldn't be prouder to be part of this organization, this board of directors, the staff, who have all basically engaged and really been in the proverbial trenches in terms of just moving the organization forward. So I thank you to the board. Thank you to the members, all of you that are on today that have sustained us, that have nourished us. At the end of the day, this is your chamber. And so we are here for you and we will continue to be here for you. If we made it through this past year, I believe that we're only going to come out of this even stronger than we were before. And that's due in no small part to all of you and your participation and continued support. The fact that you're giving us an hour of your time today is crucial. So this is a celebration. We're celebrating the Chamber heroes. We're celebrating those organizations that continued to do what they do in terms of being advocates and helping others in the community. And so that's what we want to recognize today. So it is a celebration. Before I pass the baton, if you will, thank you to the chamber staff, Amy Buckmaster, Maggie Fahey, Felicia Vasquez, Wendy Scatino, who have just been rock stars and been through all this. So thank you to them for all the work they've done for putting together today's program. And so with that, let me just transition briefly to a couple of housekeeping items. Wanted to make sure, as we would be doing if we were live and in person, those individuals that are dignitaries that would be are in our virtual audience would be standing up and waving in the room, but I want to make sure that we acknowledge them today. So, representing Congresswoman Jackie Speer, we have Brian Perkins. We have State Senator Josh Becker. Representing Assembly Speaker Pro Tem Kevin Mullen, we have Elmer Martinez. From the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, we have Don Horsley and Warren Slocum. From the City of Mountain View, and as Amy mentioned, board member Ellen Kamei. With the mayor of San Carlos, Laura Palmer Lohan, the vice mayor of San Carlos, Sarah McDowell, Diane Howard, the mayor of Redwood City, Giselle Hale, the vice mayor of Redwood City. From the city council of Redwood City, we have Alicia Aguirre, Michael Smith, and Jeff G. So thank you all for making time and joining us in this celebration. As you know, part of the tradition is that apart from the award that the recipients get from the chamber, we request that the various offices prepare certificates, resolutions, commendations. So thank you to those offices that have provided those. And so that's going to be Congresswoman Jackie Speer, Senator Josh Becker, Assembly Speaker Pro Tem Kevin Mullen, the San Mateo County Board of Supervisors, the City of Redwood City, and the City of San Carlos. So with that, let me turn it over to Amy and we'll get the awards program started.
Thank you, Mario. And you all heard my voice early on. So I just really want to thank every one of you on here. And I also want to take the time to thank our board of directors and our executive officers. The last January, we were planning our program of work at Domenico's, and everything we planned was nothing we planned. So they were able to, they have been not name only, they're the hardest working board of directors of 40 people and executive officers, and I could not thank them enough. And they are the legs and the arms of this organization, and they all have the best interest of Chamber San Mateo County. So I want to thank you, and I want to introduce some of our key players from 2020, our executive officers and chairs of our programs and committees. Chair 2020, Mario Rendon. And we've got Vice Chair of Economic Development. She's had a packed house, live and in Zoom, Danny Gasparini. Thank you, Danny. Peter Sy with Sobrato, Membership Services and Funding. Vice Chair Stacy Wagner with Business Government Relations. Vice Chair of Communications and Technology. And now for 2020, will be Vice Chair of our new Life Science and Technology Committee, Aaron Ackman. Don Cecil, of Vice Chair of Community Development. Our CFO, Larry Akins, our Deputy Chair, Roseanne Faust of SAMCETA, Past Chair, Josh Pieri, and I want to be a big shout out to our committee chairs. We have Progress Seminar co-chairs, Roseanne Faust, Supervisor Carol Groom, and Assembly Member Kevin Mullen. Redwood City Improvement Association, our president, Don Gibson, for last year. Birdies for Business Golf Tournament. We actually got to play golf. Mario Puccinelli and Bob Webster. And our Transportation and Housing Committee, Greg Greenway. Education Chair, and it was actually started off as co-chair, but he is here today in spirit and name. Jason Galacetis with Redwood City Education Foundation, and our beloved past, but he is here with us, Tom Moore. Our Leadership Advisory Chair, Councilmember Alicia Aguirre, and our 2020 Leadership Day Chairs. They went from live to the first of the year to virtual, and they've done an amazing job. I'm so proud of this group. Opening day, Don Cecil and Mario Rendon, Kevin Mullen, Greg Greenway, Kate Comfort Har, Candace Gonzalez, Alicia Gary, Charles Stone, Kimber McCarthy, Jamila Moore, Mitch Bailey, Roseanne Faust, Tammy Del Benny, Mia Rossi, and Danny Gasparini. Thank you all. And I'm now going to turn this over to Kathy Palmer Lohan and Jason Galcetis, and they are going to end the Tom Moore Champion.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Amy. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be able to present this award, especially after, this is the first year that we're naming this award that celebrates champions of education in our community. We lost our beloved Tom Moore this year. And of course, it's been very, very difficult for all of us who are close to him. He was a very good mentor to me and many people on this call. We miss him dearly, and we hope that by naming this award after him, that we can continue on his legacy of championing our public schools here in the Peninsula. So 20 plus years ago, the Chamber made education one of its major priorities, and they established the Golden Apple Award to recognize businesses and individuals who have made a significant contribution to support the education community. And this year, we're proud to announce that we've renamed this prestigious award the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award, named after Tom Moore, who was a lifelong educator, a community leader, and someone who dedicated more than half a century of his life to further the cause, impact the profession of public education. Tom was a true champion of education, and he selflessly served our community for more than half a century as a classroom teacher, a high school principal, as a superintendent of the San Mateo Union High School District, the president of Kenyatta College, and of course, as a trustee on the San Mateo County Community College District. He was a mentor to countless teachers, education professionals, and business and community leaders throughout the county, and an advocate for equity, diversity, fairness, and social justice. He was a man of deep integrity and compassion, and he was a true humanitarian and had the heart of a public servant. Tom had unwavering principles in protecting and promoting the needs of underserved, disadvantaged, and marginalized communities throughout the community, and he never lost sight of the need to have the tough conversations that move the needle and make difficult decisions in order to do the right thing to help folks. And so this award, presented in Tom's name by the Chamber, by the Redwood City Education Foundation and the San Carlos Education Foundation, is keeping with the Chamber's commitment to education in our county, including with our education committee, which Tom chaired for many years, which sets to create programs where businesses can engage in our schools and make a significant difference. Recipients of this award exemplify what the award means through their ongoing commitment to education, showing what great partnerships can accomplish on behalf of our community and promoting the values and the legacy for the individual for whom this award was named, our very beloved and dearly missed Tom Moore. And so this year, we're very happy to present the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award to a number of folks. And right now, I'm going to turn it over to my esteemed colleague, another mentor of mine, someone I respect greatly and admire, the Executive Director of the San Carlos Education Foundation, Kathy Parmer-Lohan.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Such an honor to be here with you all today. We're so excited to be part of the new San Mateo County Chamber of Commerce. I'm Kathy Parmer-Lohan, and I'm the Executive Director of the San Carlos Education Foundation. For nearly 39 years, the foundation's been dedicated to supporting strong public schools in San Carlos. Today, we're honored to recognize businesses and individuals who have joined with us to achieve that goal. Our first Tom Moore Champion of Education Award is presented to Alexandria Real Estate Equities. Alexandria has been a business sponsor of the foundation since it assumed ownership of a development project on Industrial Road. This year, Alexandria stepped up significantly to help our schools by making a $1.5 million investment, $1 million to the school district and $500,000 to our foundation. For their commitment to the public schools of San Carlos, we are pleased to honor Alexandria Real Estate Equities.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Really, really appreciate that. I'm Teresia Nemeth, Executive Vice President of Alexandria Real Estate Equities. I'm in charge of our San Francisco Bay Area region, and I'm very honored to be here today. This has been a really challenging year for all of us, but one of the things that has been really wonderful is to get to know this community better, because we are new to the community. We have been doing a lot of work in the South San Francisco and Palo Alto area, but over the course of the last couple of years have made some significant investments in the San Carlos, city of San Carlos. And as you may know, our mission is to build the future of life-changing innovation. And so we are very much at the forefront of education to continue to drive the future of innovation in our region. So we think that this is something that is very important. All of our communities need to continue to support education. So we were very proud to be able to help when the city of San Carlos wisely came to us and said that in this challenging year, the San Carlos School District could benefit from some support. And so we gladly stepped up. And I am very happy to be here and accept this award named for a person that I did not know, unfortunately. And I've done a little bit of research about him, and he certainly sounds like an amazing person. So kudos to you for naming this award for Tom. And I do hope that we will continue to do well by the name of this award. So again, thank you. Quite honored to be here.
Great, thank you. Our small business honoree this year is Harvest Furniture, owned by Karsten and Carolyn Iwers. So their Laurel Street store was the location of our several leadership circle and new parent receptions for many, many years. After they opened their Redwood City warehouse, we moved our events to that location with tremendous success. For their kind generosity, willingness to help, we recognized Harvest Furniture for the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award.
Well, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We're very honored to be thought of and recognized for this. Thank you so much. It has been a difficult year, so we haven't been able to contribute in the same ways as we usually do, but moving forward, we can't wait to host again as we have in the past. And one thing I would like to mention is that with our contributions over the years, we have really benefited as much or more than we have ever given. Our children have benefited from all the positive things that the San Carlos Ed Fund have provided. And we're in full support of continuing to do that. And we just can't wait to host again. So hopefully in the fall. I want to point out two really dynamic people that over the years I've gotten to know better. Kathy Palmer-Lohan and Ilana Corso are just super dynamic ladies that just pull things off and are so successful with the Ed Funds. Hats off to you. And thanks again for recognizing us.
Great. Can't wait to get back and have a party at your place. Our last award is for an individual. This year, our individual honorees are Jan King and Jim Kirshner. Since their children attended Arundel Elementary School, they've been supporters of the local school and the broader school community through SCEF. Jan volunteered for many years as a spring fling volunteer, focusing on teacher appreciation, and also spent many years involved in the Arundel PTA. Both Jan and Jim have helped with many, many school beautification days, fun runs, all kinds of activities at school, and have been incredibly generous with their time, their talent, and their treasure. For the many contributions that they have made, we recognize Jan King and Jim Kirshner today. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Kathy. We were first introduced to SCEF when our now 16-year-old was a freshman not a freshman, a kindergartner at Arundel. And I thought that as a working mom, it would be a pretty easy thing to do to take care of the thank yous for Spring Fling. Well, you were not there, nor was Scott, Christopher, no greater giving. And so what I thought was a simple project took me 80 hours. But since that time, we have been deeply committed to SCAF. It has been our pleasure to participate both financially and of our time. What we learned early on, once we entered the school district, was that in California, public education is really a semi-public education, and that without the support of parents, we would not have all these programs. And even more than the education that the school district provides, it is the community that is so important to us. I feel like by participating in SCAF and the Arundel PTA and just being a part of the school, that we it's rare that we go downtown on Laurel Street and don't run into somebody we know, or that somebody doesn't call. One time our son fell down and I got a call saying, oh, we took him. So it just has given us a huge sense of community. And we are so grateful for all the work that SCAF does and parents like Hazel, who I know is on here. And we hope to be able to continue to support for many, many years, even though our kids are almost out of the school district.
Great. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, everybody. Jason?
Thank you so much, Kathy. And I just want to give a huge shout out to the San Carlos Education Foundation. You guys have been doing just incredible, incredible work. Kathy, I look up to you as a leader and as a role model for how I should be in my role. And we hope to one day be performing at the level that SCEF is, and just grateful for your partnership. So it's wonderful to be able to share this stage with you.
Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy. And it's my distinct pleasure now to introduce our awardees from the Redwood City Education Foundation. 2020, of course, was a very difficult year, but I think a silver lining, at least that I saw, was that the community stepped up in a way that was unprecedented. I mean, I think nationally we saw giving increase at record levels, and we definitely saw that here in Redwood City. And largely in part because of our small and medium-sized businesses stepping up to the plate to make sure that our community is taken care of during this very difficult time. So like with SCEF, we have the very distinct pleasure of awarding 3 of the Tom Moore Champion of Education Awards to a large business, a small business, and an individual. And we'll start today with the big business. And we're very pleased to award the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award to Premia Capital, which is a Redwood City-based builder owned by Bay Area native Michael Hallow. They're based here in Redwood City and has extensive experience, of course, in the development industry, but also such a long track record of giving back to the community. For example, contributing $2 million to refurbish Pal's Gym. And even just this year, contributing $125,000 to our Redwood City Education Foundation's Back to School Fund to provide students with distance learning tools. This was, by the way, half of the total amount of the goal in the campaign that we asked for. So Mike and his team really stepped up to the plate in a really exciting way. And it's for this reason that we're proud to award this award to Premia Capital. So I'm going to turn it over to Mike. Congratulations, my friend, and thank you for your support.
Thanks, Jason. I like your hair, by the way. Are you?
Thank you.
It looks like you still may be in Mexico City, if I recall that background.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is tremendous. I got the news from Amy B, and it was special for me because when I started my own company, I was 30 years old, and Amy was really cool with me. I was very under-resourced, and she had no reason to be cool to me, and she brought me in. So this is special. I'm surprised that I'm the large business because there's only 6 of us. But yeah, we want to step in times like this where there's not always a quid pro quo or whatever. And our big focus as a company is Fair Oaks, low income, youngsters, families, trying to create a level playing field. So that's where our energy is at. The PAL contribution, actually, most of that money is not for the facility. It's a 15-year program where we're funding 22 sports teams, 4th through 8th grade, year round. So I'm excited for that. Was the first year was a big success. I'm excited to ramp that back up. So that's where hopefully this is the tip of the iceberg, and that's where our energy will continue to be. I just want to thank just a few people, and then I'll stop talking. Ivan really inspired me to step up, and he's the one that was persistent and created this type of idea, and it spoke to me. And so Ivan's been tremendous positive influence on me. Jason G, I love you, man. I love your energy. Thanks for coming in and telling us what you need. And we're happy to help, and I know we're going to do a lot more. And I just want to thank everybody in Redwood City. I love Redwood City. And I just, the whole community is such a good place. And I love being a part of it. So I just want to thank everybody for being nice to me these so many years. So thanks, everybody.
We love you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike and Premia. You guys are amazing. Homegrown talent, locally based company, doing good for the home community. I mean, that's what the Chamber's all about. So this is just incredible. Thank you so much, Mike. Everything you do is incredible. Now we're very pleased to recognize our small business awardee. And this person is, I mean, he's created a community institution at this point. I mean, if you haven't tried his restaurants, El Vimar and La Viga, you are missing out, because in my opinion, it's some of the best food in Redwood City, and we're known for our food. So Chef Manuel started La Viga back in early 2012 as a take on upscale Mexican seafood, and then El Vimar developed out of that as a trendy Latin American concept focus on creative tapas and cocktails, opening in stores in late 2013. And since then, I have not been able to get enough. But the reason why we're awarding them today, aside from the fact that we love the food, is that they are such amazing partners to our community. And we all know how hard it is to run a business, and especially a restaurant here in the Bay Area. But Chef Manuel digs deep because he knows how important it is to have a thriving community, especially with the work that we do when we focus on our Bayside communities, and especially the 3 schools, Hoover, Garfield, and Taft. He understands the absolute imperative to ensure that our community is taken care of, especially during times of COVID. So they partnered with us during a very exciting fundraiser last February, so a little over a year ago, to where we asked folks to dine out at his restaurant, and he just went above and beyond in promoting the event and just doing everything he could to make it a success, and raised us a very good amount of money. And he really did not have to do that. And and he does a lot of other things, which I'll let him describe to you, but we are very proud to award the Small Business Award for the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award to Chef Manuel with El Vimar and La Viga.
Wow. Thank you for the recognition. I really, really appreciate it. And I mean, this is a teamwork. I mean, from our staff to our community. I mean, this is not only me. There is a lot of people behind scenes that probably you don't see, but you know they are there, working every day, really hard to make sure you all are satisfied, not only with the food but with the service experience and all the details the restaurants have. I mean, our community is such a great element because, I mean, without them, we won't be a business. So I really want to take this time to thank them, our teams, our partners, our employees, our former employees that, work so hard to have La Viga and Elvimar to the place they are right now. And also to our community, our customers, of course, our chamber, our city, our everyone that's in our community. I really want to thank them for all the support and looking forward for better years to come. So thanks so much for everything you guys do for us.
Thank you, Chef Manuel. You stand out. You really stand out among restaurant owners here in Redwood City as truly having that commitment to our community. And we're so grateful. I mean, I think there's hardly been a time when you've said no, when I or anyone else in the community has asked for help. Chef, I got a question for you, and I hope you can answer for us. I'm curious. What is your favorite dish at Elvimar?
At Elvimar, the fish tacos, definitely. Beer butter, fresh fish, dipped and fried with a nice chipotle cream sauce, served on a blue corn tortilla, and topped with pico de gallo and cabbage. I mean, I think that's what we have right now.
I shouldn't have asked because now I'm hungry, so I'm only going to be thinking about food for the rest of this award. But Chef Manuel, thank you so much for everything you do. You're incredible. You have a huge fan in me and in the chamber. Thank you so much for your commitment to education in our community.
Thank you.
Great. Now we're very pleased to award the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award to an individual who has, really been a seminal and critical, literally a part of the necessary strategy of the Redwood City School District to achieve many of its goals. Kathy Kwan, who is retiring at the helm of the Eustace Kwan Foundation, which is a huge heartbreaker for us, but we know that she's going to continue her work. Kathy has been investing in RCSD, has been probably the largest single individual philanthropist who has taken an interest in Redwood City. And what I love about Kathy is not this, that she gives funds, which of course are absolutely necessary, but the manner in which she stewards her resources and considers very carefully how to make an impact in our community by first asking, what do they need on the ground, right? She doesn't come in and say, here are my priorities and now go execute them. She first starts by asking, what is the community-driven need here? And she goes out and meets that need. And so we've been so grateful and lucky to have Kathy Kwan and the Eustace Kwan Foundation as a major presence here in Redwood City. So I'm very pleased to award Kathy Kwan with the Tom Moore Champion of Education Award. Very pleased to turn it over to Kathy.
Jason, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to contribute and to give back. I've been funding here in Redwood City since 2006, and perhaps the best part of my experience has been the people that I've had a chance to work with. And I want to give a big shout out to John Baker and his team, both at the leadership level as well as the frontline teachers. I've had the opportunity to work with Bonnie Hansen in Sequoia Union High School District, and it's been a phenomenal experience. And I have also had terrific experiences with Sister Christina at St. Francis Center, other individuals at Redwood City 2020, and many of the small not-for-profits throughout Redwood City. And as a new funder in 2006, I was welcomed with warm arms and given the opportunity to learn, ask questions, and work side by side with many of the people in our community. And I feel very grateful. I am retiring, but I won't be gone. I can't tell you enough. The needs in our community are very, very deep. And to have the opportunity to assist and provide support is incredibly gratifying. So thank you very much for the recognition. Many years ago, I was recognized, and I just want to remind everyone that philanthropy really is about we and how we can make our community better, and maybe not so much about me and what I want. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Kathy, thank you so much. You're incredible, and we're so grateful to have you. And we know you'll stick around and remain engaged, and we look forward to all to come. So congratulations, Kathy. And really, I just want to close with why this all matters. Why education? Why is this part of our program today? We at the Redwood City Education Foundation changed our model to target our resources to 3 schools in particular, Hoover, Garfield, and Taft. And the 1,600 students there, 92% of them are low income. 61% are English learners. Almost 98% are Latino. And so when we talk about equity and when we talk about living up to the values of justice, all the folks who are just named help us realize that vision and value for our community. And I could not be more grateful. So thank you so much to the Chamber, for all of you for being here today. Thank you for this opportunity to present these awards. Congratulations to our awardees. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
And we're going to now.
I'm sorry, Amy. I was going to say, now we're going to turn it over to Roseanne Faust, who is going to introduce the Cornerstone Award.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our Cornerstone Award. And let me just give you a very brief background. The Chamber Executive Committee created this award in 2017 to focus on honoring an individual, nonprofit, or business's ability to make a meaningful and lasting impact in their community by devoting time, talent, and resources to community development and philanthropic initiatives or activities. The Cornerstone winner this year is the San Mateo Credit Union. And let me tell you about the San Mateo Credit Union. In 2 simple words, they rock. Last spring, when the county, actually everyone went into a shelter in place, the San Mateo Credit Union stepped up when we approached them at SAMCETA, the Chamber, and the county infused an initial $3 million from our Board of Supervisors into the San Mateo County Strong Fund. And the credit union, without batting an eye, without asking for anything in return, said, we will help you distribute these funds to individuals, families, and especially our small businesses. And then, while this was all going on, they went and created the San Mateo Credit Union Community Fund, a 501c3, so that they could continue this work on behalf of all of us. They are the most incredible organization, and we are so fortunate to have them in our community. They distributed nonprofit grants. Small nonprofit grants, 1.2 million. Small business grants, 4.5 million. Child care grants, 4.8 million. Small property grants, 300,000, and other programs, another million. And guess what, folks? It didn't stop there. They are now in the process of working with us to distribute restaurant, winery, and brewery grants. They just do not have the ability to say no to community-based initiatives that benefit all of us, all 20 cities, the entire county. And Wade Painter and his leadership team and board of directors, I just can't say enough good things about them. I was so excited for the awards today because of all the recipients and because I actually had the honor of presenting to Wade Painter and his executive team. Wade, we love you, we admire you, we respect you. And frankly, if you don't have an account at the credit union, and I can tell you, my family has had one for years, we've added accounts, they are your community bank. So Wade, take it away. Congratulations. So deserving.
Wow. Thank you, Roseanne. That was amazing intro. On behalf of the staff and officials of San Mateo Credit Union, we are truly honored to receive this award. Contributing to the well-being of the community has long been an essential ingredient to the credit union's business model. You might say it's part of our DNA. Over the years, we've been proud supporters of the community with activities such as grants to numerous nonprofits and community events, financial education to thousands of youth and adults each year, college scholarship awards, and more. These are just a few of the ways we are committed to enhancing the well-being of the community. So when the pandemic struck, how can we help our community was our first thought. Through our collaboration with San Mateo County Strong and SAMCETA, we were able to elevate our community support to a previously unimagined level by creating SMCU Community Fund, a public benefit corporation. We use this entity, as you heard, to take in donations from the county, cities, foundations, large businesses, and individuals so we could provide grants to small businesses, childcare providers, nonprofits, small property landlords, as well as fire relief. By the end of 2020, we had distributed grants totaling nearly $11 million, and we're not done yet. We are proud to be a part of the fabric that makes up our community's economic vitality and look forward to helping to create more opportunities for our community to thrive. Thank you again to the Chamber Board for honoring San Mateo Credit Union with this award.
Thank you, Wade. And now we're going to go back to Roseanne, who is going to introduce the Businesswoman of the Year Award.
Thank you, Mario. And congratulations again to the San Mateo Credit Union and all of our winners that have been highlighted so far. And now we get to talk about the Businesswoman of the Year Award. And I'm so excited. And I want to do a shout out before I start to Kate's mother and brother who are on the call. It is so cool, folks. Mom is here from South Dakota. So let's give Mom Comfort a big shout out.
Yay!
So let me give you a little background. I want to thank Heritage Bank on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce to be the co-sponsor of the Businesswoman of the Year Award. The Businesswoman of the Year Award recognizes outstanding businesswomen in our community who share their business expertise with the local community. And actually, they share much more than that. They share their personalities, their compassion, their willingness to just dive in and help other women, their commitment to community. I mean, the business women who have received this award and Kate today exemplifies the spirit of how we should all be and who we need to think about when we're thinking about doing good. So who is Kate Comfort Har? Kate's the executive director of HIP Housing. Under her leadership in the 1920 year, HIP connected 2,900 people to housing resources and raised over $237,000 for low-income families affected by COVID-19. She also helped 1,450 people find and maintain affordable homes and provided an additional 230 in emergency assistance grants. Other notable accomplishments include HIP's partnership with Graystar to include affordable housing in their South Main Street mixed-use project, which is slated for completion in 2023. Their work with the County of San Mateo on Project Homekey helped to convert 2 hotels to provide 120 units for low-income seniors. In October of 2020, their completion of their Redwood Oaks rehab meant that now tenants have completely refurbished units along with ADA accessible units. Kate, if you've not heard Kate speak or not been a part of something where she serves on a panel or her incredible expertise in affordable housing, then you're missing out because Kate has facts, she has passion, and she has commitment to working for those in our community that sometimes other folks just don't think about. And I think Kate's work is incredible. I have known her probably now going on 15 years. She is just a superstar. So Kate, we are so proud that you are the Businesswoman of the Year.
Oh my gosh. Roseanne, who can follow you? That was remarkable. Thank you. I want to also give a shout out to Mike Hallow because we were able to close escrow on a 10-unit property in Redwood City as a result of an impact fee that he dedicated to help us acquire it. So, it's amazing how the connections all overlap. But I wanted to say, without a doubt that this has been the hardest year of my working career. And to be recognized in a year like 2020, when it felt like every minute of every day was consumed with new challenges, new demands, and surprisingly new opportunities too. But when balancing decisions required compassion with practicality, humility with strength, and foresight into the complete unknown. To be recognized now is both humbling and gratifying. And it never occurred to me that anybody was watching or that award was ever possible. I literally started my career in a panic. And some of you knew me back then, newly divorced, single mom, trying to go to school and work and keep my family afloat. When I had left the working world to raise kids, email was just being introduced. So imagine how terrifying it was to go back 10 years later. But I followed my heart, and it led me to Hip Housing. And when I started at Hip Housing, I had bought and sold a home or two. I'd done one remodel, but that was the extent of my development experience. And now I'm a complete deal junkie. I get so excited with each new project, especially if there's an opportunity to do something that's never been done before. When a cross-sector partnership is possible, that's my favorite, because something like affordable housing is far too big to have one sector solve alone. So doing it together is where we've got our best chance. In 2011, when I started at Hip Housing, we had a $2.5 million budget. We're now at $6 million. We've gone from a staff of 19 to 43. In this period, we've also added 8 properties to our affordable housing portfolio and have 2 more really big projects in the work. We've gone from housing 1,000 people to 1,400 people. We've done 2 major rehabs. We've added a property management division, and we added a compliance program. And we're now working with Stanford to add a new information and referral program to the repertoire of services that Hip Housing can provide. Loving what you do, who you do it with, and who you do it for is such a privilege. But absolutely nothing in this world happens in a vacuum. So I also want to acknowledge my incredible staff and board, because without their support and talent, I'm just a raft floating in the ocean. Amy, thank you for calling me personally. I always love hearing from you, but the call for this award, I will always remember. And I want to thank the Chamber and the nominating committee and Heritage Bank for making this recognition possible. I've received amazing notes and cards from across the county. You can see some of the stuff behind me. But as a nonprofit leader, I'm especially pleased to be recognized, because not everyone equates nonprofits with legitimately well-run great businesses, but we are. I can't wait for the Progress Seminar. We can all be together. It's always a highlight for me. And I want to be able to thank everyone personally with a big hug, a little wild dancing, a toast. Thank you so, so much for adding me to this legacy list of wonderful local women leaders and mentors. I am truly honored and inspired to do more. Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. And another round for Kate. Just truly, truly well-deserved. Amazing. So thank you for all you do and all you will continue to do. So moving on in our program. So now it's time for the presentation of the 2020 Person of the Year Award. And so a little background. So this is all kept secret. So in 1970, the Chamber's highest award was created, sometimes called the Chairman's Award. Its purpose is to recognize those who, more than anyone, have made the greatest impact on the success of a chairperson's year. Key considerations in determining who would be the recipient include enthusiasm for the overall organization, willingness to accept multiple tasks, accomplishments in many phases of the Chamber's program, commitment and dedication to the success of their assignment. And so this, the individuals we're going to honor are going to join a select group of outstanding and other Chamber leaders. Now, it will go through this piece by piece of who will be today's recipients. And yes, I did say recipients plural because with the merger with the San Carlos Chamber, there is another chairperson. And so in 2020, I was the chair of the board of the Redwood City San Mateo County Chamber of Commerce. Jason Mansfield was the 2020 chair of the San Carlos Chamber. And so with the new partnership with both organizations combined, we knew that there had to be two 2020 Chairpersons of the Year Award recipients. So hopefully Jason is on and he's going to join me in unveiling who the recipients are. So this person, so this is for the Redwood City San Mateo County 2020. This person is kind, resilient, intelligent, hardworking, and giving. Jason, I'll turn it over to you.
And in San Carlos, this person is also kind, resilient, intelligent, hardworking, and giving.
So this person is a graduate of the Stanford University Redwood City Entrepreneurship Bootcamp. This person is a small business owner of 3 businesses. This person was born in Mexico. And this person is a he.
This person was in banking and marketing. This person lived in San Carlos. This person holds season tickets to every live musical theater up and down the peninsula. This person was born in Los Angeles, and this person is a she.
So this person is a chef.
This person also went to Culinary Academy, and she's a wife and a mother.
And he is a husband and a father.
These 2 people have something very special in common. They're the most passionate, unassuming, collaborative people and know how to build community.
So if you haven't figured it out from the clues yet, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the Chambers, Redwood City, and San Carlos Persons of the Years for 2020, Chef Manuel Martinez and Wendy Scatino. So congratulations to you both. And so we're going to ask you to come on camera and say a few words as we recognize your accomplishments. So hopefully Wendy and Chef Manuel are still on.
Oh my God, Amy, she's in the other room. Oh, can you hear me okay? So just a couple minutes ago, I noticed that my husband and daughter hopped on. So if you see a beautiful young woman holding a cat, hi, Genevieve. And so I just very briefly, I went, uh-oh. So Jason, oh my gosh. I know many of you don't know me if you're from Redwood City. It was my honor to be with the San Carlos Chamber for almost 15 years. And it was a tough year to shut it down, obviously. And many of you have been through that or through, family members or business associates that have gone through the same thing. But the Redwood City Chamber San Mateo County, Amy, they welcomed us with open arms. They welcomed our members with open arms. They welcomed our events with open arms, and they welcomed me personally with open arms. And oh boy, Amy, just with everything that went on last year. There's many people on here who were by my side. Tom Davids, there's no way any of this could have happened without Tom Davids for the last couple of years. We did everything we could to keep it together. And that's all right. We know that we continued to do things for the city as best as we could. And so we closed honorably, and it was a really amazing, wonderful experience. I was so proud to work along Tom and Bobby Joe and Jason and Mayor Laura and Vice Mayor Sarah and everybody that's been so supportive. And this is a shock, and I'm thrilled and I'm honored. Thank you.
Wow.
Get you, me, Jason.
Okay, well, what a year. I mean, thank you for recognizing me in this case, for what I do. And I like to thank definitely my family, because they are next to me every day, and those long hours are that I'm away. I mean, I'm sure they wish to be here, but I'm giving my part to everyone there at the restaurant. And definitely, I mean, after this rough year, I mean, I'd like to thank my parents who are not in this world, but I know they are looking at us. So, and they are here supporting me, and so then. And again, I'd like to thank God for the life and for everything we have. And I'm going to thank you for you guys to be part of this. So thanks so much for recognizing me as, as one of the person of the year. So thanks so much.
Wendy and Chef Manuel, we are both so very proud of you. Both of you had challenging years, and there's so much more that we can say about you, but needless to say, Wendy, you persevered in tough circumstances. Chef Manuel, you exemplify what it means to be a small business owner and a restaurant owner in this time of COVID, and you kept moving forward. So both of you, Wendy, Chef Manuel, we are so proud and honored to recognize you. So another round for you.
I have to unmute.
Thank you. Oh my God.
Yay!
So we have reached the conclusion of our program. We are 3 minutes to 1. We kept our commitment to hold you for an hour. We are so grateful for your time. As we said at the beginning, this is going to be about celebrations. So many wonderful stories. And so I learned new things today, which I was like, wow, this is some really cool things happening in our community. And to me, this exemplifies what our organization is about, what the Chamber means in terms of the role it plays in building community, supporting businesses, supporting nonprofits, supporting education, lifting up the entire community. So on behalf of the Chamber, the Board of Directors, a thank you to our staff. Again, Amy, Maggie, Felicia, Wendy, for all you do day in, day out. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I do have something with bubbles, but if you have something perhaps stronger sitting in your living room couch, please join me in toasting all our award recipients. And thank you so much for joining us today. So with that, I have to do like the official like gavel. The meeting is adjourned.
Mario, we will leave this open. So if Wendy wants to see her daughter from LA and Kate, your mom, we're going to leave this open. So if you feel like unmuting yourself, congratulations to these amazing award winners. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It was a really fun event.
Congratulations, Wendy.
Thank you.
Manuel, we're coming over there for lunch.
I think it's going to be a busy night tonight for dinner. Everybody's so hungry.
Yeah, I better leave now.
Great event, Amy. Thank you so much for including us.
Oh, thank you. This is a great partnership. More to come. Next round, next year. Here we go, guys.
Hi, Bob.
Oh, there's
that's husband Bob.
Oh, that's so cute. I love it.
Down in Aptos.
He definitely knew Wendy.
But I saw him on there. He goes, I said, what are you doing on air? Genevieve, show your face for a minute. That's oh, she's in the car. That's daughter Genevieve.
Oh,
She told me she's on her way to go get her COVID shot.
You are? That's awesome. They're both, you're muted. That's okay.
Hi. Hi, Mom. I'm so proud of you. I have a test at 1 because I have a photo shoot tomorrow and you have to get tested before. So I got to go, but I love you and I'm so proud of you and I'll FaceTime you after.
All right. I'll talk to you later, baby.
I'd also like to...
Bye. Thank you, everyone, for celebrating my mom. She's the best.
I'd like to add to all of Wendy's colleagues, thank you. We're very proud of her, and the way that she handled this was fantastic. So thanks to all of you for not only recognizing her, but for making this a special event.
we love our Wendy.
We do too.
All right. I got to go cry, rub my nose. Thank you all.
Thank
Bye.
you.
See you later. Ginger, I see you.
I see you too, baby.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Logging on. Thank you.
Well, bye, Amy. I just want to give another shout out to an amazing organization, and your leadership in bringing both chambers together is so appreciated.
Oh, we're a team. We're a whole team. We're all rowing in the same direction. Teamwork. All right, I'm starving and I'm going to LV Mar.
Bye, Amy. Bye, everybody.
Mike, thanks for calling me cool. That's kind of cool. I'll take that.
Cool.
Bye, Mike.